Welcome to the Bullvine Podcast, your go-to source for inside stories, cutting-edge research, and the latest updates in the world of dairy farming. In the 40th episode, we check out the latest U.S. cold storage report's surprising cheese shortages and unexpected butter surplus. So please grab a glass of milk, sit back, and let's get started with this week's episode.
Are we witnessing a significant shift in the dairy industry? The latest U.S. cold storage report throws a few curveballs, with cheese stocks taking a nosedive and butter stocks piling up unexpectedly. How will these surprise trends impact dairy farmers and the market dynamics? Let's dig into the numbers and consider what this could mean for the industry's future.
The latest cold storage report unveils a surprising shift in U.S. dairy stocks bound to stir discussion among industry insiders. September's cheese stocks plummeted 33 million pounds, deviating significantly from forecasts and marking a striking 7.3% decrease compared to last year. This slump can be traced back to a 29 million pound drop in American cheese, now 8% below year-ago levels. Intriguingly, the USDA also adjusted the August cheese stock figures downward by 6.6 million pounds, with American cheese alone being revised by 6.4 million. Conversely, butter stocks delivered an unexpected surplus, ending September 7 million pounds heavier than anticipated, with August figures revised upward by 1.1 million pounds. This increase in butter stocks implies that Q3 butter prices might have been overestimated, aligning more closely with Q4 futures, which predicted average prices around $2.70. These revisions and deviations highlight the dynamic nature of the dairy market and suggest potential price fluctuations in the future. With less cheese in storage than expected, the market could see upward pressure on cheese prices, while the surplus in butter might temper price hikes. The ongoing adjustments in dairy stocks are a clarion call for industry professionals to stay vigilant and adapt swiftly to the ever-shifting landscape.
Many have been surprised by cheese shortages, especially in American-style cheese. Why are we facing this dip? Let's examine the reasons. One reason could be the reduction in milk production or potential shifts in consumer preferences. Nevertheless, these declines have disrupted the balance of supply and demand, significantly influencing market dynamics. The fall in cheese stocks means fewer products meet the existing demand, creating a competitive atmosphere in the marketplace. With American-style cheese sitting 8% below year-ago levels, the shortage has added pressure on prices to climb. Yet intriguingly, despite these low stock levels, September's CME spot price didn't rise as anticipated. Perhaps the market anticipated a rebound in supply or believed in increased imports. Who knows? This shortage has weakened the tone of Class 3 and cheese futures. You've noticed, right? Lower stocks should traditionally spur a positive market reaction due to anticipated scarcity. However, milk production data adds an air of hesitance, and futures fluctuate. Could we be peering at an opportunity, or would it nurture an undesired price volatility? These are questions that undoubtedly provoke thought. Look closely, and you'll see that the market is poised to test $1.80 for spot cheese prices again. It's also a call to arms for producers and stakeholders to evaluate their supply strategies and adapt to future demands. Readers, what are your thoughts? Dare to dive into the comments below.
The butter market is swirling with intrigue as the unexpected stock surplus ripples across the dairy industry. It's a surprise that could have far-reaching implications. At the end of September, butter stocks came in 7 million pounds heavier than anticipated. You would think this glut would have knocked down prices, yet the Q3 price trends held firmer than a freshly churned stick of butter. So what's the deal here? Where should dairy farmers focus their attention? First, the heavier stocks suggest that the butter market isn't reacting as expected. Typically, when there's an oversupply, we see prices drop. Maybe not this time. Market dynamics seem to be defying gravity. How do we reconcile September's surplus with the current Q4 forecast average of around $2.70? Could it mean that prices are likely to hover at this level, or even soften further if stocks continue to climb? For the future, these benchmarks are about as solid as sun-melted butter on a hot pavement. Watch for Q4 numbers for more clues. For dairy farmers, the message is clear. Pay close attention to inventory levels and consumer demand changes. A glut could mean less urgency to churn out more products, possibly affecting long-term strategies and financial planning. But it's not just farmers who are in the assessment seat. Companies selling to dairy farmers must also recalibrate their expectations. They might need to rethink their supply chains and reconsider their contract terms to adapt to this butter mountain. The broader dairy market, meanwhile, must prepare for potential volatility. Stock fluctuations can rock the dairy supply chain, influencing everything from feedstock purchase orders to refrigeration logistics. Farmers must stay alert and flexible to navigate these churn-filled waters. There's much to stew over, and this conversation needs to continue. Consider what strategies could mitigate or capitalize on these shifts. How can you best position your business against this backdrop of unexpected surpluses? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a dynamic dialogue that every dairy professional should be part of as we milk insights from the latest numbers.
These fluctuations in cheese and butter stocks signal a critical juncture for the dairy industry that warrants astute navigation of economic policies and regulatory frameworks. The reduced cheese stocks, juxtaposed with the unexpected butter surplus, highlight a volatile market landscape. This situation potentially calls for reduced regulation and increased market freedom, aligning with traditional Republican values that advocate for a free market. Decreasing overbearing regulations could enable dairy farmers and producers to more efficiently respond to these market dynamics, ensuring a more adaptable and responsive production process. Moreover, trade agreements significantly affect this scenario. The industry could capitalize on expanding international markets by negotiating better trade deals that favor American dairy products, thus mitigating domestic supply issues. Enhanced trade relations could be critical in stabilizing the market, potentially reinstating some aspects of previous agreements or establishing new ones with favorable terms for U.S. dairy products. Additionally, tax policies supporting business investments could incentivize technological advancements and infrastructure improvements within the dairy sector. This would help with better inventory management and more accurately predict market needs, offsetting any adverse effects seen in recent months. In essence, embracing policies that bolster free market principles and enhance our standing in global trade could provide the dairy industry with the tools needed to transform current challenges into future opportunities. What are your thoughts on this, and how do you think these policies could be best implemented? Let's engage in this conversation, as your insights are invaluable in shaping a roadmap for the future of American dairy.
In wrapping up this insightful analysis, it's clear that the cold storage report has unveiled some unexpected shifts in the dairy market. With cheese stocks remarkably lower and butter stocks unexpectedly higher than anticipated, these dynamics challenge our expectations and invite a reevaluation of market strategies. These fluctuations are not just numbers, but pivotal to how dairy professionals like you navigate market conditions. As you consider these findings, think about how they might impact decisions in production, pricing, and storage strategies within your operations. We encourage you to internalize this information and actively engage with it. What do these changes mean for your business, and how might they affect the landscape for dairy farmers nationwide? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let your voice be part of the conversation. If you found this analysis insightful, share it with your network. Staying informed is crucial, but being adaptable is more important than ever in an industry as dynamic as ours. Let's keep this discussion going and ensure we're all ready to tackle whatever the market throws our way next.
Thank you for tuning in to the Bullvine Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's insightful discussion. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Catch you next time on the Bullvine Podcast, where bovine expertise and community come together.